The Jasas were severely burned when their home exploded on Monday.
Tonight, they remain in a drug-induced coma. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Brent Bonfleur talked to a man who was one of the first to help in an exclusive interview. Brent?
Rod, Megan, by all accounts, Alex Barrier shouldn't have been where he was that Monday afternoon, but as fate or whatever higher power you may believe in would have it, he was, and he ended up saving a life. Alex Barrier had just gotten off work Monday afternoon.
I started headed home on Highway 2, and for some reason I thought, I'm going to turn around and go to Amy's house.
A roadblock, recently added along his normal route to his home in Alvo, had him passing by his sister's house in South Lincoln, just blocks from the home of Jim and Jeannie Jasa. That home exploded, the cause still under investigation. Hearing the boom, Alex and his sister Amy jumped into action.
I just looked at her and I was like, we got to get in the car and we got to go.
They tore down the street, Alex running between houses, one of the first to arrive on the scene. He was also the first to see Jeannie Jasa lying covered in debris.
I got up to the back side of the house and I could see Gina's feet hanging out.
A volunteer firefighter, his instincts and training kicked in. He tried to move her, but says her burns were so bad he couldn't touch her without causing more damage. Others carried Jim over and laid him nearby.
I remember seeing Jim's eyes as he looked over and he saw his wife, and I flipped around so that I was blocking his view because I didn't want him to see it. I didn't want it to aggravate him more.
With paramedics still minutes away, Alex began CPR, during which Jeannie opened her eyes for the first time.
I just remember holding her head, and I kissed her forehead, and I said, God is with you, and everything's going to be all right.
Once paramedics arrived, Alex stepped back, trying to process everything that had happened. He says his faith is what pulled him through.
God's hand was there, because I wouldn't have been able to do what I did without him. I wouldn't have been able to run in there. I wouldn't have been able to keep it together.
Despite his actions, Alex insists he's no hero.
I'm just a normal guy getting off from work, living my everyday life. And when the time comes, you have a choice. You're either going to choose to act or not.
Hero or not, we'll let you be the judge. Alex says among those that are helping him, an off-duty firefighter, a police officer, and a burn specialist who called the hospital to help them prep. None of them, he says, had planned on being there that day.
What an emotional story.
People coming together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I teared up just listening to him. Thank you, Brent, for the story.